This story comes to me from a very old friend who first told me the story about 20 years ago. When I asked him the other day if I could share it, he said yes. In fact, he said it's as vivid to him today as it was when it happened. So what you're about to hear are his words, not mine. And he swears it's absolutely 100% true.
Is someone there?
When I got married in 1987 in New York City, my wife and I decided we would drive north to Vermont for our honeymoon. It was early October, and we thought we would catch the changing leaves as we made our way through the Hudson Valley. Our first stop was the historic Mohonk Mountain House. Built in the 1840s by Quakers, it's nestled along a glacier lake in the mountains just outside of New Paltz. It's a towering stone, Gothic-like building with beautiful park-like surroundings and winding hiking trails. It was beautiful and peaceful. No alcohol, by the way, because it's run by Quakers. We arrived late afternoon just in time for 4 o'clock tea. After dinner, we took a short walk, then turned in for the night. Our room was on the second floor, above the main reception area in the old part of the hotel. Decorated in 19th century decor, there was a tall wing-back chair facing the bed by the front windows. It was good to be out of the city and in this beautiful environment. It smelled like fall, and the leaves were starting to show signs of bright yellows and reds. It was time for bed. Something about fresh air just makes you sleepy. We crashed pretty quickly, and all seemed well. I don't exactly remember what woke me, but I suddenly started to feel uneasy. It felt as though I was being watched. The room was light from moonlight streaming in the window. I looked over at my wife, and she seemed motionless, so I assumed she was sound asleep. I said nothing, but it was then that I caught a glimpse of what looked like someone sitting in the wingback chair. It was dark and shadowy, but it seemed to clearly be a figure of a man, with a white short beard, a white collarless shirt, a vest, and a bowler hat. It sent shivers up my spine. Paralyzed with fear, I dove under the covers and spent the night not able to move or even look in his direction. I thought, no, this must be a dream, but I couldn't move. At one point, I heard my wife get up and run to the bathroom, then run back to bed. Neither of us made a sound. I was anxious for morning to come. I couldn't sleep. Just before twilight, I managed to open my eyes again and caught a glimpse of him moving across the room toward the bed. He walked right past the edge of the bed and through the closed door into the hallway and vanished. The next morning, when my wife woke up, I asked her how she slept. She looked at me and said, "My God, I couldn't sleep. There was somebody in the chair watching us all night. I barely made it out of bed to go to the bathroom, but I had to go. I was terrified and hid under the covers all night." I looked at her and realized this was no dream. We got dressed and went downstairs to the dining hall for breakfast. We made our way down a long hallway flanked by old photos, which showed the history of the hotel, when suddenly we were stopped in our tracks by a particular photo of some of the founders of the hotel. We both looked at each other, and it sent chills up our spines. There, as clear as day, we both saw who spent the night with us in our room. I can't recall his exact name, but he was part of the original founding members. We left shortly after breakfast, never to return.